Thank you for coming on to a new season. But something that we need to talk about today. They say that success happens overnight, but what about the years of work behind the scenes? We'll talk about that in a few moments. But listen to our new intro for the season.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
I thank you for listening today. Thank you very much for listening today. Again, the idea for today is they say success happens overnight. Now, I believe that when I first started my organization back in 2012, I thought success was going to happen. It was the idea, right, of you open it, you build it, people will come. And on top of that, the idea was that I thought I had the people in my back pocket that was going to help me to become as successful and as big as what I had intended in my mind. You listen to all the stories, you see people on TV, things like that. So back in the day, I used to look at a TV show, making a band or whatever it was. And I had these visions in my head of people coming to me and being that thought leader. And I was in church. I was a leadership in church. And people say, hey, Maurice, you're a born administrator and all these things. So I had in my mind that I was going to build this organization that talked about business development, and they were going to just flock and come to me. Now, what I was concerned about was where I was getting to, like what was my final destination. I never considered what it took to get there. So I was more worried about, hey, when am I going to make my first $1 million? Most of us are, right? Especially in today's economy, and we're looking at creators online, and you see all these people who appear to be making millions and millions and millions of dollars every year, all the time, while they sleep, while they're awake, while they're brushing their teeth, while they're taking out the trash, while they're walking their dog. We have this vision that people are just making money hand over fist just because they open up their mouth and said boo. Now, let's be honest. Some people have that type of charisma where they can generate a lifestyle just by speaking. If you listen to some popular coaches, they talk about how when you look at their level of success or their ladder of success, and they teach upon it, they talk about how using your voice will help you generate income, right? And so for some people that have mastered that, you can do that. You can generate the income as endless possibilities. So, but we get so caught up because we see what they're doing and we want to make our $1 million just like them. But here is something that I had to learn. And it wasn't easy. It was not something that I wanted to pull into. It wasn't something that I even considered. But we will jump all the way into that after this.
Are you ready to turn your why nots into bold moves? The Well Why Not Workbook is here to guide you. Designed for dreamers, doers, and those ready to make a 1-degree shift toward their purpose. Packed with thought-provoking exercises, practical steps and inspirational insights. This isn't just a workbook, it's your roadmap to a more focused, fulfilling life. Ready to start your journey? Visit MauriceChism.com today and say, well, why not? The Well, Why Not Workbook, because your next step starts now.
So here's the reason why I created that book, right? So the Well, Why Not Workbook, it helps individuals find their why, but within that discovery, they find their purpose and things like that. I needed to, one, make that clear for myself. And within that, I was able to understand, for me, my personal journey, how important it was to embracing that part of the line of getting to that destination. Because as long as I was missing out on the importance of the journey and missing all of the key steps of the journey and the moments of clarity, the moments of celebration, the moments of despair, all these things was able to build me up to the point of where I am today in this place of podcasting, where I've had the pleasure, and I talk about this a lot to some of my friends and family and things like that, of how I've had the opportunity to interview over 200 people in the last 3 years. And so when I talk about being an overnight success, I listen to each and every one of them. And during this journey of me getting to my destination, these individuals helped me get to they really helped me get to my own destination by telling me, Maurice, yo, it's not going to happen overnight. Hey, it's not an overnight success. You got a lot more work to do. You have a lot more things to accomplish. You have a lot more things to achieve. And so I'm here to tell you today that I need you, for those of you who have not done it yet, to enjoy the process, to embrace the journey, because it is a very important part of the destination. I have been able to win an award. We are an award-winning podcast. And so in winning this award, I've had to embrace all of the hardships and all of the successes in this journey. I'm not done yet. Like my destination is not complete yet, because my journey, or I'm sorry, my destination is to really to hit, and I have to really talk to my guy. Like, I'm gonna probably talk about him a lot this season. Actually, there's a few of them, guys and gals. They really helped me out with this. But the idea is to touch and transform lives. I would like to hit 1 million people. I want 1 million people to hear this podcast. I want 1 million people to grow. I want 1 million people to expand their territory, expand their business, expand their careers, whatever it is, ultimately expand their mindset and look and start walking and living outside of the box that we normally put ourselves in. So in that, listening to this podcast is a part of your journey to your destination. And it's not even your final destination, because here's the reality. We're going to hit 1 million. Then the next goal is going to be, let's hit 5 million. Now let's hit 10 million. We're already a global entity, right? People are hearing us all over the world. We have hit top 100 charts, top 150 charts in entrepreneurship and self-help. We have been able to hit places that we never even imagined. So some of you who think that there's only one part of that destination, yeah, you wanted your $1 million crib. Well, eventually you're going to want a $2 million crib. You're going to want a $10 million crib, because you're going to see some other key features that this one house does or does not have. You're going to see one key feature in this business that, someone has or doesn't have, and you can take it and make it better, whatever it is. So the destination is not necessarily your end goal. It is fulfilling, embracing, and enjoying the journey along the way. That's where success is. That's where your life is going to begin. That's where you start to feel the fulfillment of whatever you're trying to achieve is going to be within the journey. So understand that the importance of this whole thing that we call life, this whole thing that we call relationships, this whole thing we call business building and personal development and whatever it might be, it's the journey, not necessarily the destination. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chism on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?